When it comes to films, narrative is my forte. I know what makes a good narrative, I know what I enjoy as a good narrative. Editing, the technical aspects, never really something that I've been very good at. But even I can tell that the editing here is not it, and the length of a lot of scenes is very, very questionable. I decided to watch Sick Boy because I love horror films that center around children, whether the children are possessed or they're demonic or whatever. I just find them really fascinating. The dichotomy of innocence and evil just works so well. This film is... I don't like being negative about films because it's somebody's art. A lot of people, in fact, have put in a lot of time and effort. Have put in a lot of time in making this. But there are so many things about this that just don't work. As I said, the length of a lot of the scenes. I mean, there's a scene where we're following a car for quite some time, and there's a conversation that happens between two of the characters over coffee or something, and it goes on for a very long time, and it's very dull. And then the actual part of the narrative that involves this sick boy is minimal, poorly executed, not scary, not very well developed, and not very well concluded either, but I won't say how it ends just in case you want to watch it. For me to be negative about a film, and I mean completely negative about a film, it really has to have disappointed me, because usually I can find something good, but with this one, I just can't. It was released in 2012, directed by Tim T. Cunningham and Natalie Shanks, and I don't want to spend too much time talking about it. To be honest, I watched it all the way through, because, some films, especially with horrors, they can have kind of a slow beginning, but they can pick up towards the end or even the middle when when the actual horror aspect comes in, because usually they start off quite tame. This one, absolutely not the case at all. I didn't feel like the tension built. It used a couple of kind of jump scare techniques as it progressed. I think it became a bit more jumpy, maybe marginally more suspenseful, by which I mean the first half or even the first 2/3 of this I wouldn't class as a horror in the slightest. The final third, yeah, there were certainly horror aspects in it. And I've lost my train of thought. I was just complaining about something. Yeah, I was considering not doing this discussion because I don't like being negative, and there are very few films where I just watch it and think, how was that ever released? But this one, I just was so confused by, if I'm noticing that a lot of the scenes are just too long, or the editing isn't great and the directing's not great, then, if I'm picking up on those technical aspects, there must be something wrong. Because as I said, I'm usually all about the narrative. I'm not that technically minded. It's not a good film. I don't recommend it unless you want a masterclass in how to make a bad film. In fact, you know what? I'm going to recommend it. Check it out on Amazon Prime and let me know what you think of it. As long as you're not in the mood for something gripping and thrilling and fabulous, check it out and see what you think. I didn't have high hopes specifically, but I thought it could have been good given the nature of the narrative, or what it was supposed to be about, which I don't even think I've explained. Doesn't really matter. It's not really effective. Our protagonist, Lucy, takes on a babysitting job, and there's something unusual in the house. That's basically it, and it takes a long time to get there. I wish I could be more positive about it. I'm trying to find something good about it. Maybe the fact that in the final third there are some elements of horror there, I guess. The poster art, I love the artwork for it. And the acting is fine. Nothing against the acting. The artwork for the marketing is brilliant. That's what drew me in, of course. There, we have some positives. I will end it on those positives.